Within the grand mosaic of human history, there emerge individuals whose imprints resonate deeply with the growth of knowledge and the development of civilization. In this intricate narrative, Democritus stands as a luminary whose work, character, and circumstances coalesce to shape the trajectory of human advancement. Hailing from Abdera, Thrace, around 460 BCE, Democritus was a philosopher, scientist, and polymath whose life's journey was marked by extraordinary initiatives, collaborations, and ideas that have transcended the ages. Democritus found himself in an era teeming with eminent researchers and thinkers, such as Pythagoras, Anaxagoras, and Empedocles. The 5th century BCE was a cauldron of intellectual ferment, a time when the brilliance of ancient Greece flourished. Democritus, however, etched his name into the annals of history by introducing a revolutionary idea, the concept of atomism. While Democritus undoubtedly absorbed insights from his predecessors, his notion of atomism represented a seismic shift. He posited that the universe comprised minuscule, indivisible particles called atoms, differing in shape and size, navigating the void. This bedrock concept was centuries ahead of its time, a cornerstone for modern atomic theory. His emphasis on chance and necessity as architects of the world was a radical departure from prior philosophical traditions. Democritus's persona and approach to his work were typified by unquenchable curiosity and a profound reverence for observation and empiricism. His ceaseless thirst for knowledge impelled him to explore the natural world and embark on extensive journeys. His travels led him to Egypt, Persia, and India, where he engaged with scholars, imbibed their traditions, and accumulated a treasury of diverse knowledge. In Egypt, he conversed with priests and astronomers, extracting insights on geometry, mathematics, and astronomy. Persia offered a voyage into the mysteries of Zoroastrianism, furnishing a unique perspective on religion and cosmology. His journeys also exposed him to Indian philosophy, further enriching his intellectual tapestry. Democritus, the relentless seeker of wisdom, traversed the world, a true Renaissance figure of his time. Democritus's influence was not limited to groundbreaking ideas but extended to the socio-cultural progression of mankind. His atomic theory, though initially contentious, laid the bedrock for modern science. By challenging entrenched beliefs regarding the elements and the essence of reality, his ideas paved the way for a scientific revolution that would unfurl over the centuries. Furthermore, Democritus's contemplations on ethics and morality, emphasizing the pursuit of happiness through the cultivation of the soul and the acquisition of wisdom, enriched ethical philosophy. His philosophical treatises delved into the nature of the self, human desires, and the importance of self-discipline. In this manner, he not only advanced science but also left an indelible mark on the philosophical underpinnings of human civilization. Democritus's collaborations and associations with other illustrious figures of his time were instrumental in shaping his ideas and his legacy. He corresponded with Leucippus, another early advocate of atomism, and the interplay between their ideas was pivotal in the development and dissemination of atomism. Moreover, Democritus's interactions with philosophers like Anaxagoras and Pythagoras facilitated a cross-pollination of ideas and philosophical perspectives. This intellectual crossroads was critical in fostering innovation and progress during his era. His work also extended to state institutions. In his native Abdera, Democritus was a revered figure, and his influence was palpable in the civic sphere. Although he is believed to have declined political office, opting for the life of a scholar, his intellectual contributions were recognized and celebrated by the city, reflecting the esteem in which he was held. The details surrounding Democritus's death, like much of his life, remain cloaked in historical obscurity. It is thought that he lived a long life, passing away around 370 BCE. His demise marked the conclusion of an epoch, but his ideas endured and continued to evolve, influencing successive generations of philosophers and scientists. To comprehend Democritus's position in history, it is vital to recognize the distinctions between him and his precursors and contemporaries. While luminaries like Pythagoras were renowned for their mysticism and their focus on mathematics as the key to comprehending the universe, Democritus anchored his theories in empirical observation. He refuted the notion of numbers as the foundational elements of reality, proffering instead the materiality of atoms, tangible through the senses. Democritus's distinctive principles heralded transformations across various branches of philosophy and science. In metaphysics, he introduced the concept of atomism, challenging established ideas regarding the nature of matter and the structure of the universe. His explorations in ethics underscored the pursuit of happiness through wisdom, self-control, and the nurturing of the soul. These ideas endure, influencing contemporary discussions on morality and human well-being. In the realm of epistemology, Democritus contributed to the understanding of perception and knowledge. He acknowledged the limitations of human perception and the role of the senses in shaping our understanding of the world. His empirical approach laid the foundation for a more robust and systematic approach to knowledge acquisition, a theme resonant with modern scientific inquiry. Democritus's ideas proved to be timely game changers. His atomic theory, though initially met with skepticism, eventually became a cornerstone of modern science. The full development of atomic theory, grounded in empirical evidence, would not fully mature until the advent of figures such as John Dalton and Albert Einstein, but the seeds of these groundbreaking ideas were sown by Democritus. His emphasis on observation and empiricism also marked a turning point in the annals of science. While earlier philosophers leaned heavily on abstract reasoning and deductive logic, Democritus underscored the significance of empirical evidence in understanding the natural world. This emphasis on observation and evidence-based inquiry set the stage for the scientific method that would come to define modern science. Democritus's impact on socio-cultural progress extended far beyond his time. His emphasis on empiricism and the pursuit of knowledge played a pivotal role in shaping the evolution of science and technology in the ensuing centuries. The scientific revolution of the 16th and 17th centuries, led by luminaries such as Galileo, Newton, and Bacon, was profoundly influenced by the principles of empirical observation and experimentation that Democritus had championed. In the broader context of human civilization, Democritus's ideas contributed to a more rational and evidence-based approach to understanding the world. The scientific and philosophical advancements that followed in his wake transformed how humans perceived themselves and their place in the universe. The expansion of knowledge and awareness kindled by Democritus's work ushered in an era of enlightenment and progress. Democritus's personal life, although not extensively chronicled, offers glimpses into the man behind the ideas. Born into a family of some standing in Abdera, he likely had the resources and opportunities to pursue his intellectual interests. The social conditions of his family may have afforded him the privilege of a broader education and the freedom to explore the world. His expeditions to Egypt, Persia, and India showcase his hunger for knowledge and his willingness to venture beyond the confines of his homeland in the quest for wisdom. These journeys exposed him to a plethora of ideas, cultures, and traditions, further enriching his intellectual palate. While the specifics of his family and personal life remain mostly elusive, Democritus's intellectual legacy speaks volumes about the man himself. He was a thinker who dared to challenge entrenched beliefs, who roamed the known world in pursuit of wisdom, and who championed the cause of empiricism and evidence-based inquiry. Democritus's influence, spanning philosophy, science, and ethics, was instrumental in the growth and development of human civilization. His atomic theory, rooted in empiricism and observation, would ultimately underpin modern science, and his emphasis on the pursuit of happiness and wisdom continues to resonate in discussions of ethics and human well-being. In an era replete with intellectual luminaries, Democritus stood as a pioneer, a game-changer, and a shaper of human progress. In conclusion, Democritus, born in the 5th century BCE in Abdera, Thrace, was a pioneering philosopher and scientist whose work and character cast a profound influence on the grand tapestry of human history. In an era of remarkable intellectual ferment, he stood out by introducing the revolutionary concept of atomism, postulating that the universe comprised indivisible particles known as atoms. His emphasis on observation, empiricism, and the pursuit of knowledge was a timely game-changer that impacted the development of modern science and the scientific method. Democritus's extensive travels to Egypt, Persia, and India enriched his intellectual repertoire and enabled him to engage with scholars from diverse cultures, shaping his unique perspective. His collaborations with fellow philosophers and thinkers of his time, coupled with his interactions with state institutions in Abdera, contributed to the dissemination of his ideas and his recognition as a respected figure. Democritus's influence extended to the socio-cultural progress of mankind, encouraging a more rational and evidence-based approach to comprehending the world. His atomic theory and emphasis on empirical observation laid the foundation for the scientific revolution that would unfold centuries later. Moreover, his ideas on ethics and the pursuit of wisdom continued to shape discussions on human morality and well-being. While his personal life remains somewhat enigmatic, Democritus's legacy as a pioneering thinker, a game-changer, and a shaper of human progress endures. In the grand mosaic of human history, his intellectual contributions remain a vibrant thread that continues to captivate the interest of seekers of knowledge and wisdom.